Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, hump day. And hump day just, what, 1 week before the solar eclipse, right? Something like that? Yeah, 1 week before the solar eclipse. Well, this news is not about the solar eclipse or anything else, but it is about the Oakland Raiders' quest to develop a stadium in Las Vegas and its progress or not, depending on how you look at it. Now, I'm going to go and check the live stream and see how the health is. Hey Octavio, how are you? And yes, notable, this is a special live stream. This is new for today, and it is more, what am I trying to say? This live stream, I'm looking down my computer right here, hence this. But this live stream is to announce news that's described in the headline in more detail. And once I check the stream and we go from there, I will discuss it in more detail. I'll say to observers, I am not going to address any other chats regarding personal contact right now, so I will ignore those to deal with this news, because anyone who has a message for me can contact me by email when it's at any time. So the stream is good. This is very important news, and we will continue. So I'm going to the watch page right here, and I am making sure, yep, this is set on to mute so I don't hear myself twice. And hello everyone. Hello Raider Hernandez, hello Octavio, hello Hector Vasquez. Go Raiders, how are you? How are you doing? And I'm going to tweet this out right now. And immediately, like the hashtag NFL, because it's NFL news. And then I'm going to go back to the watch page, and I'm essentially going to insert for your review what I just wrote in text, because it serves as the cornerstone of what I'm about to say, okay? And so I just copied that. I'm going back to paste it in. And if you have a chance, also, please invest, by the way. It's pasted in. And I've got the save changes there. I'm going to add one more. Oakland and then Raiders in the... Hey, how are you, Alex? And I'm going to add Oakland and Raiders in the tag and NFL, and then hit that tag. Always important to add meta tags to your live streams, and as quickly as possible. I say that. Now go back to the watch page. Oops, excuse me, so stay on page because it hasn't saved anything. I'm saying save changes, and now let's see here. Now view on watch page. There, now viewed it now. As I go down to the watch page, I want to make sure, yep, there it is. Okay, now you can actually read my account, what I'm about to recite to you, in the description area, which is there now if you refresh your screen. Now here's what's up, as Mr. Barbosa asked. The title, of course, is this. It is FAA Survey Pushes Back Oakland Raiders Las Vegas NFL Stadium Plan Review. The Clark County Board of Commissioners, I'm reading the prepared text I have here. Kind of my teleprompter, right? The Clark County Board of Commissioners originally planned to meet in the board chambers this morning, Wednesday morning, and review the Clark County Comprehensive Plan staff's analysis and recommendations for the Oakland Raiders Las Vegas NFL Stadium Plan. But there was one snag. Because of Clark County's regulations tying any project to FAA approval where needed, the Clark County Board of Commissioners could not vote today. Clark County Board of Commissioners chairperson and Nevada governor candidate Steve Sisolak tweeted that the meeting would be delayed 3 weeks and, quote, pending FAA approval, unquote. But the Twitter message Commissioner Sisolak wrote implied that the FAA would have its study done in 3 weeks. That's not so, folks. That is not so. I directly contacted the FAA representative, and I was told at first that Sisolak's apparent claim was doubtful, excuse me, and then wrote, "We have not given the stadium proponent any indication when we will complete our review." I repeat, we have not given the stadium proponent any indication when we will complete our review. I'll repeat that one more time. This is a quote. "We have not given the stadium proponent any indication when we will complete our review." In other words, the FAA has not told the Raiders when the FAA review of the stadium plan will be done. Okay? So let me go on. Then the same FAA person I contacted then said to me that he got something in the email, and he said he just had something appear in his email just a moment after I got that message, right? And then he sent me something called the FAA survey document, and he explained the FAA survey document is sent out to interested parties with respect to the Oakland Raiders Las Vegas NFL Stadium and the FAA review request. And what I was sent went like this: Zenny, we just put this public notice soliciting comments from interested stakeholders on the Raiders Stadium proposal, and he gives the link. The link is in this review area, okay? This review area, all right? And he says, if you look at the form, it reveals some interesting information. And remember, this is a public notice. It reveals the Oakland Raiders contact in this way. And this is me writing this. This is not him saying this. Okay. What he said to me is, and in close quotes, he says, "When I say we just did this, I mean within the last couple of hours." Okay. But this is what it reads, and it's right there for public review. Okay. It's right there for public review. It says, sponsor, Las Vegas Stadium, LV Stadium Company, LLC. Attention of Dan Ventrelli. Address, 1220 Harbor Bay Parkway. City, Alameda. State, California. Postal code 94502. Country, United States. And then it gives the phone number, which you can see, which I will not recite here. But I did call that phone number. Remember, it's a public notice document. What does that mean? It means everybody has the right to see it. The FAA put it out for the purpose of public notice. So I dialed the phone number for more information from Mr. Ventrelli, the Raiders lawyer, and what I got was this Osprey Real Estate Capital. Again, Osprey Real Estate Capital. They're located in El Segundo. It says West Hollywood. It's actually El Segundo. And I was then connected by the firm's receptionist, to the representative. Guess where the representative happened to be when I called? I'm not going to say the person's name. He was in Las Vegas. Expressed muted surprise. He listened, but he expressed muted surprise that his number was connected with the Raiders in this way that I'm talking to you about. All right? But he just happened to be in Las Vegas. Now, I stress the Osprey Real Estate Capital representative said he had no idea how his number got there. I find that quite interesting. So, but the whole point is that the delay will be pushed back 30, not 3 weeks, but 37 days at least. Here's why. The review process is for 37 days. It's 37 days, all right? And I'm going to update this where it says the review process, the study comment period. See, let me explain this. The study comment period, which starts today, I'm writing this as an update, which starts today, is for 37 days from this date. Okay? Now, what does that mean? That means that That means this. It simply means that once the FAA does its comment collection during this 37-day period, it then has to continue with the study. And how long that will take, I do not know. I have not been told. I have asked, but I haven't got an answer back yet. Now, what we can discern right now is this. This is August 15th. 30 days is September 15th. Then 7 days, let's say 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's September 20th. So September 21st, that will be done. That will take us just about a week and 2 days before October 1st. What is October 1st? October 1st is the deadline where all documents are supposed to be done before a November groundbreaking can be considered realistic. Got it? That is why this is so important. Now, I'm not ready to say, oh, they're not going to do a November groundbreaking, because you can break ground on something and not have FAA approval. Just look at what was done in Inglewood. They had the groundbreaking. EFL was there, Commissioner Goodell, and then later the FAA came through and said, okay, you're fine. So, but that's in the Inglewood case. The problem in the Las Vegas case is that Clark County is tying its review to the FAA. So if Clark County has not given a true permit to continue in that fashion, and I have to check this, then it's fair to say that either the November groundbreaking will be pushed back, or the Raiders will have to admit that the completion date for the stadium will not hit the 2020 season. That's what this is looking like. That's what this is looking like. Now, someone can come up and say that's not true, but hey, when you say that's not true, provide evidence it's not true. Nevada law and Clark County law are different. California law, Los Angeles County law, and Inglewood law. Two different animals. So we can't compare Inglewood exactly to unincorporated Clark County, which is really what we're talking about. It's not really Las Vegas. It's an unincorporated part of Clark County where the property sits that's bounded by Russell Road and I-15. Okay? So what I'm saying, I wrote the study comment period, which starts today, is for 37 days from this date, which means it will be done September 21st, and just about 1 week before the October deadline. That would seem to push back the November groundbreaking unless the Raiders elect to move forward with it just for public relations reasons. That's what I wrote. That's the new paragraph I'm adding to what you're reading and the update. So you're getting this news as it happens, okay? You're getting its news as it happens. So here we go. I'm adding this paragraph here. And there. It's brand new. Now, I'll get to your comments. I repeat, my intention was to get that news out before I addressed your exchanges. So if I say that at the outset, I really ask you to pay attention to that. Then I'll get to your exchanges, and that's precisely what I'm going to do right now. Okay? So, all right. Now move up and let's see here. All right. I'll get your questions. And so, let's see here. The champ is here. The champ is here. Hey, champ, how you doing? And Bouse your ruler. Hey, Bouse is here. Go Raiders is here. Hey, everybody, how are you? Unst Albo, I don't recognize the name, says, Review Journal article says FAA cleared it. The FAA has not cleared anything. Anyone who told you that is wrong, or if you would have to be making that up, because there is no review or journal article that says the FAA cleared anything. So if you're going to come on this channel and spew a lie, I'm going to block you immediately. See you, so, okay? There's nothing there. So, sorry. In fact, I'm going to, all you have to do is go and check the FAA, right, excuse me, the Review Journal. Go Las Vegas Review Journal, okay? In fact, you know, I'm not going to do that because I know it's not true because I have it from the FAA. It hasn't cleared. The survey documents are right here in the description area. And not only that, Steve Sisolak tweeted out that the FAA, that the meeting was moved back, but what he tweeted incorrectly was per FAA approval. There has been no approval. There has been no approval. I'll repeat it another time. There has been no approval. I don't need to look at some other publication when I've just been in contact with the FAA for the better part of the last hour or so, a little over that. So, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not, okay? So, so yeah. So at any rate, we've got, let's see, Uber says, I rely on Zinni for the inside scoop. I assume the local paper would know. No, local paper, that Review Journal is not the best source of news. They get a lot of things wrong, straight out. They really do. So, they really do. Now, all I ask of you to do right now, for those of you who say, well, who's blowing smoke? I've given you the evidence right in the description. All you have to do is look at it. That's all you have to do. Check it out for yourself. Okay? So, now, and so basically, you know, all you have to do as far as the Review Journal is just simply post a link to this live stream right now and say, hey, Zinni has the truth. Go there and do that. Okay? And you know, but here's the thing. It's fine to question me. You have to understand from my perspective. I just finished getting in contact with the FAA people. All right? And so I did the legwork. And not only that, I have, for your personal edification, I have the link to the public notice right in this live stream's description area, which will become a blog post. It's right here, okay? Now, as far as, let me continue. Oh, Octavio asked a question. He says, are they 37 business days? Octavio, that's a very good question, and I will follow up on that right now. In fact, let me see if I can ask my contact this, because that's a very important question. It really is. Let's see here. One moment, please. Let's see. Hello. My viewers are asking if the 37-day survey period is 37 business days. Thank you. Thank you. Zinni. Okay. So I just pressed send, and that question is on its way, and we may very well have an answer in real time. In other words, as this live stream is, moving along, right? So let's see here. Boss Ruda says it'll probably be past a lot of crooks involved. Laugh out loud. Radio Kiko says, hey everyone. Octavio says you're counting calendar days and normally government entities use business days. Octavio, I just sent an email and I understand that I'm reading in the past, so I'm sure you will get this after this delay. But I just sent an email to confirm that. I think, again, I said this. That's a great question. And so we'll find out. I'm not going to guess. I do think it's appropriate to ask. Hennessy says, hey, Hennessy, how are you? He says, what's the news? Just jumped in. Hennessy, the news is that the FAA is just getting into a survey period that's 37 days long. Whether that's standard calendar days or business days, I'll find out. But it's 37 days long. And let's say if it's standard calendar days, that means it would end September 21st. But if it's business, it'll extend on further than that into October, leading us to about the deadline where, according to Stephen Hill, the Las Vegas Stadium Authority head, all of these documents need to be wrapped up and done, particularly if a November groundbreaking is to date objective is to be achieved. Okay, so that's the news. And so Octavio says, shouldn't it be business based? I'm going to find out that, and let me see if I've gotten a response. Sometimes it's easier just to put a a yes or a no. Haven't got one back yet. I will, again, I'm monitoring this like a hawk, and I'll let you know when I do. It's 7:52 right now. I was going to get off in about 15 minutes. I've got a 9 o'clock with Melissa Rubin right back here, so I'm going to be back, but talking Ravens and then NFL. Now, let's see here. Basharula says, it's always business days. Octavia says, Zinni is not paying attention. I'm paying it. I had to read that, sorry. Let's see here. And Rick Rice is here. And Rick Rice says, early vlogcast today. An early one, yes, sir, it is. Boss Urilla says October 10th is 37 business days. Thank you, boss. I appreciate that. October 10th, which would take us past, that's vital information. If it's business days, that would take us past the deadline where all documents have to be wrapped up. And Clark County regulations say that in order to receive an approval from the board, they have to have FAA approval. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So this is a major deal. Reminding me of a guy named Major Deal who was over the police force in a suburban town outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Long story regarding the Democratic National Convention and a bit of police racism that I called out on my blog. Proudly. At any rate, I digress. But I digress. Get the t-shirt. Get the t-shirt, but I digress. So anyway, there's that news. And so Dorian says, Raiders requested for the FAA to examine the height of the stadium, but the FAA requested more info and won't proceed until they get it. At least that's what I read from the over your site. And Dorian, that request, if you will, is a standard survey process. And again, it involves public comment from, quote, interested parties, unquote. You can see that form and the letter that's attached to the PDF right here at Zenny 62, something no other publication has done for you. No other. I give it to you straight where you can evaluate the information for yourself. But here's the other interesting part of it. Why would the Raiders have the number of a real estate investment firm on the document? Look at the document for yourself. I put that there in the description, but look at the document for yourself. They don't have the contact for the Raiders. And it's more than just, well, they just wanted to, put something there so they wouldn't get called. In that case, why put a number at all? Okay? But why not put 510-555-1212, something like that, So it's interesting. It raises an interesting question because when I called the person who is the representative for Osprey Real Estate Capital, that person expressed muted surprise that his firm's phone number would be associated with the Raiders issue. But he says he plans to buy tickets to the stadium in Las Vegas. He doesn't know when, but he's not on the wait list, but he plans to do it. That's what he said. So now we've got, let's see here. Juan Ramirez. Paul Ferris says, Zinni, how's it going today? It's just fine, thank you, sir. Juan Ramirez says, hey, family. Hey, how you doing? Stay in Oakland. Jacob P. says, what's the deadline again? Well, October 1st. Barry Lee says, what did I miss with the Vegas thing? And Paul Ferris says, doing very good. The Vegas deal looks like it's crashing and burning. I expect, I expect these government approvals will pass. What I'm looking at is, the question is, how much money can the Raiders absorb, all right, in terms of this being, by my calculations, $300 million over budget right now. So how much can they absorb? That's the question. That's what is out there now. How much money can the Raiders absorb? Thank you for tuning in to Zinni62 on YouTube. And the news basically is that FAA pushes back Oakland Raiders Las Vegas deadline, in fact, to 37 days for the public comment period. And then beyond that, we really don't know when the survey is going to be done. But as it looks, it's going to push back beyond the deadline where all these documents have to be wrapped up. I got my, hey, wait a minute. Hold everything, okay? Let's see here. The notice, this is the FAA response that I got back, all right? Notice states, when the comment period ends, I think it's September 22nd, but you should check. So let me check that right now, all right? Hold on a second. And folks, you could help me out here by kind of reviewing these documents that I've given you the link to, all right? Because I give you the information. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Hey, bro. As opposed to Haro. Hey, bro, right? Help a brother out. All right. So what this reads is public notice, issue date 8/16/2017. This is to Dan Ventrelli, Las Vegas Steaming Company, 1220 Harbor Bay Parkway, Alameda, California, 94502. Public notice, the FAA is conducting an aeronautical study concerning the following. Building proposed NFL Stadium number 14, Las Vegas. Location gives the latitude, the longitude, the heights. It's the site elevation is 2,181 feet above sea level, 225 feet above ground level, and it's 2,406 feet above mean sea level. And it says the structure is above exceeds obstruction standards. To determine its effect upon the safe and efficient use of navigable airspace by aircraft and on the operation of air navigation facilities, the FAA is conducting an aeronautical study under the provision of 49 U.S. Code, Section 44718, and, if applicable, Title 14 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Part 77, okay? Part 77. And it says, in the study, consideration of giving all facts. Okay, now, and it does give a date. It gives this date, okay? It says, interested persons are invited to participate in the aeronautical study by submitting comments to the above FAA address. And that means you all can do that, okay? Through the electronic notification system. To be eligible for consideration, however, comments must be relevant to the effect the structure will have on aviation, must provide sufficient detail to permit a clear understanding, must contain the aeronautical study number printed on the upper right-hand corner of this notice, and must be received on or before September 22nd, 2017. So there it is, September 22nd, 2017. And it says, this notice may be reproduced and circulated by any interested person. Airport managers are encouraged to post this notice. You got that? So the public comment period is 9/22/2017. That's the public comment period. That's when that survey period is done. It's on the 22nd. So basically it's 37 calendar days, not business days. Calendar days. So it's October 22nd is when it's done. It says it right here in black and white. There it is. But remember something. The FAA has to gather that information in and then process that information with respect to its own work. So they're not going to finish all of that by October 1st. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Anyone reading this information as the FAA approving this project is absolutely wrong. The FAA has not approved this project. It has not approved the Raiders project. Understand? So there you go. And I'm going to say, first of all, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. Worked out there. Now, back to your comments. So we have, let's see. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock my time for the other stream. It's 8:01 right now. And Go Raiders says, hey y'all. Emil Scott says, see you in a few. And FAA has not given preliminary approval. I'm going to say no. No. I'm going to write this in caps. No. No. FAA has not approved the Raiders Stadium project. Okay? Got it? FAA. No. FAA has not approved the Raiders Stadium project. So yeah, they got it wrong. There's no approval. In fact, I'm going to inform the FAA, FYI, Las Vegas Review Journal reporting FAA approved project. I know that is not true. Just letting you know of the bad media information out there. My job is to clean it up. Zinni. I'm writing that to the FAA right now. Okay? There it goes. See? Out in the open, transparent, and public. Welcome to the Zinni 62 live stream, folks. There are now 31 of you watching this. I'm talking about the news. Flash. The FAA has not approved the Raiders Stadium. Again, the FAA has not approved the Raiders Stadium. What has been done is that the FAA has opened a survey process for public comment where you can participate, and you have until September 22nd to do so. And the link here is to that public document is right here in my description area, which will become my blog post here at Zinni62 on YouTube. So the FAA is not going to wrap all this up a week after the 22nd. As to how long it's going to extend out, that's a very good question. I haven't been able to get that answer. But I know it's not going to be wrapped up by the October 1st desired deadline to complete all paperwork associated and forming the entire lease for the Oakland Raiders Las Vegas Stadium. Which means if they even go ahead with the November deadline, I don't know how they're going to do it because they have October and November and that's it. You know, they're better off just doing themselves a favor, the Raiders, and saying, you know, we're not going to make that deadline and maybe we should just push this back to 2021, if at all. The deadline is tight and the costs are going up. So basically, let's see here. Can adjustments be made on the height of the stadium to meet the requirement, that would be wrong. And so I will say, I'm going to put this out saying no FAA approval on Twitter. All right? And I'll put this in caps, just so people are aware. No FAA approval for Raiders yet. No FAA, okay, and there's it. I put that on Twitter. No FAA approval for Raiders yet. What happened, and all this started with Steve Sisolak's tweet. And the tweet was misread. And I'm going to show you what he put out there. Okay? I'm going to show you what Sisolak put out there that caused the media to misreport this. And Steve ought to be ashamed of himself for doing this, but he did do it. And let me show you what was done. It's right here. Okay? It is right here. Alright, here. This is what Sisolak put out that caused this entire problem. Okay? Let me show you. And I haven't read any other article. I don't need to because I've done the work myself where the other media hasn't. See this? It says the Las Vegas Stadium Company LLC item for the Raiders Stadium has been held for 3 weeks pending FAA approved news approval. He says good progress. Now, if you read that on its face, it sounds like he's saying that FAA has approved it, but the FAA hasn't. This is why I checked on it. I did my own fact checking. So, Steve Sisolak is wrong. All right, Steve Sisolak is just plain wrong. Now, I don't think Sisolak. You know what? He put out what he put out. He could have said, "Oh, hey, this hasn't been approved yet," but he made it sound like it had been. So this is all Steve Sisolak. I'm in contact with the FAA. If it had been approved, they would have told me it was approved. Okay? They would have approved. They would have told me that. So that didn't happen. And so do I want to call Sisolak's tweet fake news? Yeah, I'm going to go out and call it fake news. That's what it is. Because look what it costs. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Okay? You can't. I mean, Steve, you know, God love him. God love him. Should be more careful on Twitter. Just like our certain person in the White House right now. He should know that as the chairman of Clark County Board of Commissioners, if he says something like that, someone in the news will pick it up and say, "Oh, you know, it's approved." It's not approved. This thing is nowhere near being approved. At all. At all. But also, Raider fans, if you want to participate in the comment period, you can do that. Note that the FAA places no geographic restriction on who can comment. It's right there in black and white. Keep that in mind. Okay? Keep that in mind. So let's see here. We've got, all right, the typical list of comments. So again, I just put out a tweet basically announcing that, hey, the FAA has not approved this, okay? Folks, it is 8:09 right now, and I'm going to take a break. You've got the news right there out. I'll be back at 9 o'clock with Melissa. We're going to talk the NFL, and we're going to talk about the Ravens and the AFC Central and Colin Kaepernick and why he's not with the Ravens and what the heck is going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to have Melissa on my show. Come on back. Oh, by the way, and don't forget to invest or buy a t-shirt in Zenny 62 Media. Again, you can do so. The PayPal is at the bottom of this, and I say invest right here. Again, the best news on this subject of any organization in the world. Okay? So, in the world. So, FAA did not say that. So here's the thing. Nope. The heck is going on? Let's see here. Oh boy. FAA did not say that to me. FAA did not say that to me. FAA said what FAA said is in my blog post. So, sorry. Okay, folks, the FAA has not given preliminary approval or conditional approval or anything like that. So it's not there. Sorry about that. And not only that, hey, whoa. After 37 business days, you're not going to get the end of the study. Again, it's the comment period. It is a public comment period. Do you all get that? It is a public comment period. Do you understand that? It is a public comment period. It is public comment. So no, don't tie any idea that the FAA is going to be working on any aspect of the study during the comment period, and therefore all this is going to be wrapped up by the end of it. That's not how it works. The public comments are part of the study. What's unknown is how long the FAA has after they've gathered that information, which ends on the 22nd. Then they have to sift through it and continue on with their task of analyzing the project. For whoever to write what they wrote was completely irresponsible. Do me a favor. Post this stream link on the USA Today and Las Vegas Review Journal sites. Post it there, okay? Post it there. All right? So, boss, do me a favor. Take the link from this right now. Take it from this, put it on anything you see in the comments section. Just say, Zinni says you're wrong. Bing. Easy to do. Easy to do. That'll be an open social media refutation of this fake news that's been associated with this project today. That certainly is fake news. It just is. Okay? You guys hear me out there? Take this link, blog post link, video blog. Take this live stream link and post it to Las Vegas Review Journal. Okay? That's all you got to do. Okay? There you go. Oh, they don't? We'll put it on their Twitter then. Tag them on Twitter. They used to. That's interesting. Well, I can't say I blame them too much. Well, anyway, I'm going to spread this around a bit. And put this on, oh, I know what I'll do. Hashtag Vegas. All right, so there's the information. Hashtag NFL. Okay. Got it. All right. So, folks, I'll be back at 9 o'clock Go to USA Today and post it there. Post it on Twitter. They're wrong. The FAA has not even preliminarily approved anything. There you go. See you guys. Bye-bye.